So if we continue these thoughts, you know, we are surrounded, I'm coming back to the beginning now, we're surrounded by this electromagnetic cosmos around us. Yeah? If we have that picture, that every point in space is associated with latitude, longitude, height, and a tuple of data, timestamp and extra data. If we start to have that picture, then you know, maybe we can understand our reality in a different way, in a better way. Maybe we can start to deal with it. What happens when we have more and more sensors, more and more stuff on the ISM bands? The Internet of Things is coming to mind. We should think about that. And again, when we have these data collections, what happens with data theft? So, what can we do about it? I was thinking, in the community Wi-Fi network in Vienna, the Funkfunk network, is this a problem? Is this scanning of BSSIDs a problem? Not so much, because we use lots of the same BSSIDs, because otherwise we had problems with the drivers, but that's an accident. That wasn't planned. So we could theoretically go to ad hoc mode and use the same BSSIDs again and again and start a big mesh, and then there would be nothing really to uniquely identify. Probably. Maybe we would find something else to identify, maybe IP addresses. We could theoretically confuse the databases. I don't know if it's a good way, because it's, as I said, it's also practical. I think the only thing that we can really do is start this public discussion about it, if we want that, and to what extent we want that, and what are the rules for these massive crowdsourced databases. Should we forbid it? Should we have some kind of a zero knowledge proof between the mobile device and the server, that there is some kind of a guaranteed, mathematically guaranteed privacy statement in there? I don't know if it's possible. Or another thing that came to my mind is, maybe if this is really actually sort of public information, if it's the BSSID which is sent all across the place, maybe it should have been public in the first place anyway, and the database should not be in the hands of a private company, but maybe it should be something like OpenStreetMap for BSSIDs, cell IDs, anything else we can find. Yeah, it all comes down to democracy needs transparency and discussion. So actually what I want to do is just start this discussion now. That's why I condensed the talk. So please take the microphones and bring up some ideas. Thanks.
Really hard technical challenges here. A few additional points. You were focusing on Skyhook.
Yes.
Firefox has a location service in it.
Yes.
It is accessible to web pages. Mm-hmm. It is using a Google-based backend. Mm-hmm. Go figure. Who sees your IP address every few minutes?
Yes. And I want to just add, it was very interesting to see how quickly these changes went through W3C. It was really fast. This moved into Firefox really quickly. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. It's a fun comment to make. I suppose you've seen the logo on my laptop. I will do a little bit more Firefox bashing at this point. I think it's an interesting piece to consider in the context of websites learning about location, how you can actually revoke a permission you have given. Mm-hmm. If I've told a website once that they can get my permission, and if I've told my browser once that this website can get my location information, I should better be able to undo that mistake at some point. I'll read to you the instructions on the Firefox website how to do that. Mm-hmm. Navigate to the site to which you've given permission. Go to the Tools menu, then select Page Info. Select the Permissions tab. Change the settings for share location. I rest my case.
Okay. Thanks.
You mentioned OpenStreetMap. Have you already seen the special tags for cell ID and so on?
No. I asked recently, 2 days ago, people from the OpenStreetMap project at their corner, and they weren't aware of it. I'm not really a very big user of, in the sense of programmer, API user of OpenStreetMap, but I think maybe it's a good start to have a layer for that.
Actually, layer always means the data is outside of the OpenStreetMap database. Okay. So actually, I try to get some more nodes with this text into this database. But can I switch to German?
For me, it's okay. I don't know.
Okay.
French?
Don't. Okay. Yes. There's a page which describes some schema at the wiki, OpenStreetMap wiki. Each time, if I try to show it to someone, I don't find it. But there is a proposal, but nobody uses it actually. Okay. So I wrote a mail about a year ago to some guys who collect cell IDs of GSM base stations. And yeah, put your data to OpenStreetMap and said, is there a schema? I could get. I sent them a link, but nothing happened until now. So okay. There must just be more advertisement for this text, I think.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a quick comment about the geolocation API by the W3C. The one nice thing that the existence of this API does is it sort of addresses your question about ownership of geo databases, because the existence of that API now makes it possible for everybody to build a geo IP database.
Agree.
And I hope that happens, and I hope that I'm sure there are going to be projects around that, and I'm looking forward to have those.
Mm. But I want to add, I'm really not so sure about if this path is a better way than this path. Like a privately owned database has some advantages and some risks. A public database has advantages and risks. Of course, it has the more freedom of the democratic aspect of it. But of course, on the other hand, if everybody can basically access that information too easily of where you are, then you might also have a problem in the public database. So I think the question really boils down to who owns that piece of that tuple piece where you are right now, or your phone is right now. Who owns that? And it's a very, very basic question somehow.
To be honest, I don't. I think it's a very. It's not an easy question to answer. I'm just happy that it's not information that will be artificially. That will have an artificially high value because only a small amount of people can generate it. That's what makes me happy about the existence of that API. But well, yeah, about the privacy implications, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine, all the smartphones, and let's say we had the riots in Iran, like in 2 years, not now, yeah, and everybody had smartphones and iPhones because they like it, right? And somebody smart finds out how to capture that data with, let's say, a man-in-the-middle attack. I wrote it's possible with the SSL skyhook wireless connection. And actually capture that at the central gateways. Oh my God. They know in real time where all the demonstrators are.
Yeah, but we have technology to protect against that.
For example?
Tor is a network that hides your IP address.
Well, you're just hiding the IP address, but not the BSSIDs which your phone collects. No? I don't hear you.
It was the
I still didn't hear it.
The Revolutionary Guard just purchased the largest mobile phone provider. Was that it? In Iran.
Okay, so actually, I think